Hey guys, you're watching E118. My name is AJ. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Build a Theme Park. What episode is this? This is episode 119, I think. The text is really small where I'm looking. I'm like the other side of the room. 119. Now that sounds about right. Today we're going to be starting on a new ride. I'm going to do it in this area here because it shouldn't be too big. And it's going to run off the pound. I'm going to call it the pound. Okay, if you don't know, the pound is where it's not the money in well, it is the money in England, but that's not what we're basing it off. The pound is a sort of dog place where when you find a stray dog, you call up the pound. The pound will come and pick the dog up and care for it until they can find a new owner for him, or find the owner of that dog if it's escaped and it's lost or whatever. So we're going to do something similar like that today, and I've got some pretty cool ideas on how we can do it. Obviously, to get the dogs onto the board, we are going to use, which one's Wolf? There we go. We are going to use dispensers, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to have 3 dispensers on each side, so 6 in total, all filled with mob eggs. When we hit the start button, the mobs are going to fire out. We might even be able to put those behind a block or something, so you can't see the dispensers. That would be pretty cool. Are they in line? Doesn't matter if they're not. Oh, they are. So 3 will spawn on one side, 3 will spawn on the other, and then you've got to tame the dogs, okay? But how are you going to tame the dogs when we don't have any bones? Well, this will be played in survival, and what we'll have to do is we're going to make a little parkour, a very simple parkour, because it's going to be used a lot. That goes up to a pet store. We're going to build like a little pet store, or at least the front to a pet store. You go in there, you have to step on a pressure plate, that gives you a bone. You then come out of the shop, you give the dog a bone. Yeah, get it? Give the dog a bone, and if it doesn't tame, you've got to go back up and get another bone, then come down and give it to him. And you keep doing that until you tame the first one of your dogs. Once you've tamed the first one of your dogs, he will then follow you. You will then be able to control him. You know, you can click on him, he'll follow you. You've got to take him to an area around here somewhere where we'll have 3 kennels set up on either side, like little dog house. You've got to get your dog to sit outside the kennel, and then somehow, by pushing it, or however way that you think would be best, you can get the dog into the kennel, and then that's one done. And maybe we'll have like a pressure plate inside there, or something like that, to let you know when you've got a dog in there, or maybe we'll have a lever that you can flick and turn on a light. The first one to get all 3 of their wild dogs tamed and into their kennels wins the game. It's as easy as that. So let's try and figure out. I'm just going to use not soul sand, that's probably not a good idea. I'm just going to use a block for the moment to make sure that we can spawn a wolf through a wall. So we'll have something like this, and then let's grab some more wolf eggs. I think you can do this anyway. I'm 99% sure. I know you can with blocks. I'm just not 100% sure if you can with mobs themselves. 99% sure you can, though. It's not funny. Don't laugh. The quick answer is no, or maybe not every time. So that's probably a bad idea. That's going to make a lot of people that come to my theme park very sad, as I'm sure you can probably guess. So instead, we shall build around it. Now, I think this is a pretty good size for like a starting area to be able to fit 6 dogs in and 2 players. It's a pretty good width. And lengthwise, if we had, what block do we want to use for this? I think I'm going to do bricks with a slab on top. Like maybe that slab, or quartz slab, or maybe this slab would actually look really nice if we had it like this, for example. I'm trying to do like a town wall, a garden wall. You know, that or not a garden wall, but like a wall that you see in the middle of the in the city. Okay, I like that one better than the sandstone. And I like that one better than sandstone, but I think I prefer this one the best. This will also stop mobs getting out, so we can place those on there. Just sort of match it in a little bit. Even put that like there. Makes it like a nice little square, doesn't it? If we're gonna do that though, we might as well have the whole lot in line with each other, mightn't we? Let's just take this out. Okay, so we'll put those down. I think we'll come out to about there, or maybe a little bit shorter. Yeah, let's take it back a couple of blocks, 3 blocks, so we can get an entrance in. My voice today. I tell you something though that you won't know. It is one of my dog's birthdays today. So happy birthday to one of my dogs. It was one of my other dog's birthdays 2 days ago. 2 days ago, they have a like a day between them. That isn't either of their birthdays, but you know, it's like one birthday, then a gap, then another birthday. Is that the middle? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, that's the middle. So we can put like that in. We'll figure out some sort of gate or something like that. We might even use normal gates, I think, to get in and out. We don't need nothing too fancy there, do we? Okay, we had 2 blocks on either side. Yeah, 2 blocks on that side. So we'll do 2 blocks on this side to make the place for the stray dogs. Something like this. I think that's big enough. We don't want it too big. You don't want to be running around chasing after dogs. That's not what the game is. But then we need to have a parkour section. Now, I think at first I was going to have 2 separate parkour sections. You know, one for Team A and one for Team B, or Guy A and Guy B. But I think it'd be even funnier if we instead had one parkour for both of them, and then we'll have like a route that goes to each kennel. So if we have one route for the parkour, it's going to start here. What block do we want to use as the parkour? Do we still want to go with bricks, or do we want to go with another colour? I think we probably want to go with another colour. But which one? Maybe a nice clay block? Like a nice blue or a grey? A blue. I'm going to go with that blue. I sort of like the look of that blue. So, parkour. We want something relatively simple, relatively easy to do. We don't want a dog to be able to get out, though. So, let's have it like this. And then, so you go from here. And then, if we move this one back a couple of blocks, can we get onto that one? Oh, you can, but that's like it's a really hard jump. I don't want it to be too hard. If we have it too hard, it's not going to be fun. You need to come up here so often that if it's too hard, it's just not going to work. So I'll have that one, and then maybe we can split it up into 2 directions if we want. Maybe just for one jump though. So it goes 2 ways, and then, oops. And it comes back to 1 again. I'm keeping as simple jumps as I can. Ooh, as simple jumps as I can, because I don't want it to be too annoying, and I don't want it to be too long either. So I think that will be it. So you just got to get up here as quick as you possibly can. There we go. And then onto the shop. Now, shop. I'm thinking an orange. The closest pet store to me has an orange appearance. So if we had a doorway like here. Okay, we'll do a normal Minecraft door, not a 3x2 that we usually do on Simpsons. I just nearly fell off my chair. Do we want to make a little house? Yeah, I think so. We'll make a little pet store house. So we'll have maybe something like this. There's a couple of windows. Is that too big? I think it's just too big. Like that, maybe? Does that? Yeah. And then it has to be symmetrical. These games only look good when symmetrical. So we'd have it like that. We could have shop, maybe written in text above it. In what colour? I like the clay better than the wool at the moment. Maybe in pink. Pink and orange. They don't go very well together, but we would have SHO. Doesn't work. Doesn't fit. So if we had It's 4 letters. S, O, oops, P, and S. Yeah, that'll look good if we done it 1 block up. So we'll have an S in here. It's a nice simple S. The best text, or like or I find the best text at least, is 3 wide by 5 high. There are some letters that you can't do 3 blocks wide, like M and N, for example, look pretty bad. But S, H, O, and P can all be done nicely with 3 letters. So we should have that in. And then have this one. Shop. Like that. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Okay, and then on the inside here, this doesn't need to be big. I think we'll have a villager inside here. Well, it needs to be big enough to maybe hold... Well, I don't think the redstone is going to be that intense in here. So we should be fine. And we don't need any windows on the side there. It doesn't make sense. Not really many windows in a pet shop that I know of. Usually a window in the front. Sometimes, not all the time, but I think there should be a window in the front to show you what sort of treats and dog food that they do, and cat food and stuff like that. Okay, I like that. I like that. And then we need a floor in here. I think we're going to go with maybe a clay floor. What does the clay look like in this texture pack again? Gravel. Oh, clay. No, I don't like that. I don't like that. I think we're going to go with a light grey clay instead. So I'll put here. All of this will be hidden up. We might have some sort of stand or something to get to make it look like it's not just floating there. I don't really know yet, because at the moment it looks like the shop's floating in it. It's not a bad idea to have it floating, but I don't really like it. And then let's get a red just to run around the bottom here. Just to give like a little bit of a foundation to the shop. It hides up the floor that way as well. So we'll have this around here. And voila. So we have the shop. Now, the redstone for this is going to be really, 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 really simple. We're going to have to hide it up some way. So we would like it pretty compact. The most compact way without going high would be to use repeaters. We could do like how I done on this side with blocks behind it and then redstone on top. If we'd done that, we would have to make a taller cover for it. If we do it with repeaters and redstone like this, it's just 1 block high. We can cover it up with slabs even. Like that, for example. And then have like bricks around the outside. Or something like that. Okay. And then we need to hook this up to a start button. We could have a start button pretty much anywhere, even on the... No, I don't really want it on the first part there. We could have it... Where would be a good idea to have it? We could do it... No, I don't like that either. I think I'm going to move... I'm going to take this away. I'm going to grab a blue back again. I'm going to put that one on top of there. It makes that a shorter jump, but I'm not too worried about that. We can move that one. So then, go. 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 Yeah, okay, that's a nice difficulty. And then we can put a button on there. And then we can just hide the redstone up super, super simply. If we go underneath here, we could just start it there. And then obviously, when you activate it, it lights up. Wonderful. Okay, so then we just need to drag this in either direction to the start and stop. We can hide... Yeah, we should be able to hide the redstone under the ground like this. Oops. All the way to there. How are we doing for time? We're doing okay. We're doing okay at the moment. And then we need repeaters. Repeater, repeater, repeater. Redstone, redstone, redstone. And then start dropping this down to there. It's not going to reach all the way. I'm 99% sure we will probably need a repeater in halfway just to boost the signal. Rather be safe than sorry and end up being embarrassed because it doesn't go all the way. Oops. It might do, actually. Which one has the mob eggs in it? This one? Okay, if it spawns one. Oh, it spawned 2, but not that one. Okay, wonderful. Let's then, we do need a repeater in there. We need to kill off these dogs now, unfortunately. That is another thing that I've deliberately been staying away from talking about. But we are going to have to mention it, right? The dogs, all of the games, sorry, in this theme park world, all have the ability to be able to play them more than once. Okay, and if we leave the dogs alive after completing the game, it's going to cause a little bit of a problem, because that means when you want to play the game again, you then have to kill the dogs by hand, which takes up a lot of time, and just really generally isn't that fun to have to reset a game by hand. So, I can't have one there. So, the way that we're going to have to do it is killing the dogs off afterwards somehow automatically. Now, there's a few ways we can do it. We can use potions like I do, but that's expensive because you sort of have to replace them quite often unless you fill huge amounts of chests up. After a few games, they'll all be gone. We've got lava, but lava's a little bit dodgy because it takes a while for it to then dissipate. Or we have crushers. We can crush the dogs with pistons to get rid of them, ready to play again in the next round. It's a little bit harsh, but we don't have too much options. I like them to be automatic. I don't like it to be any other way. Okay, that's pretty good. I know you can sort of cheat if you miss the jump. You can sort of get on there. There's still 2 jumps so that you have to do by hand. And again, the parkour isn't meant to be difficult. That's not what we're making it for. I am, however, going to add this here just for the aesthetics. Just so it's it's like 1 block on either side. It just looks a lot better that way, doesn't it? Okay, so let's work on a quick little kennel design. I think we'll go with maybe wool this time to get some different colours. We'll have 6 different colours: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and pink. Okay, red one on this side, green one on this side, pink one on that side, and then blue one, yellow one, and orange one. I remembered it. Okay, so let's work on a little tiny little kennel design here. If we had, it doesn't need to be big. I'm thinking something like that with some slabs over the top like this, maybe. We need it really, really simple. We don't want it complicated. And I only want them 1 block high, and there's a reason for that. I only want to, you know, I only want it to be like this, 1 block high, because I don't want the people to walk into them to try and get the dog in there. I want to try and make it so you have to push the dog into it instead. I think that'll be better. And then maybe if we get some redstone lamps, we could have like 3. If we powered this middle one, pretty sure, yeah, it powers them all. So we could do it with a lever. Once it's gone in, you can hit the lever and ta-da, it lights up to say that you're done. Or if we have a pressure plate in there, it means we can't use a piston to crush the dogs with at the end, because obviously the pressure plate is going to stop the piston from coming down. So I think I'd rather do it that way. I think we'll put a red floor in as well. Yeah, I think we'd have a lever that you flick afterwards to let you know that you've filled that one up. And it lets the other person know as well that there's lights on. Oh, he's got that one in. You know, I think that's pretty good. And then we're going to need enough space between it. So it'll be that one there. 3 blocks between each one. That one there. And then blue one. Oh, make sure we've got this in line. It starts on the corner. This one here. There and there. Yellow one goes there and there. And orange one there and there. All with white roofs. That'll look good. What about a floor? What about a floor? I think I probably... Well, we could actually surround this whole kenneled area in, like with a grey or something like that to look like the pound. So the pound is at the bottom, and then the shop is on top of it, sitting on top. That would give us a reason why it's sort of up in the air. And we could have, oh, ooh. Okay, I got a better idea. Instead of kennels, a pound usually has cages, like little iron bar, for example, cages that they put the dogs in. They then close up the door, and that's where they stay until they find a new home. We could do that, and then we could have a lever on the wall that you could pull, and it would make a lot more sense than being on the floor in the middle where you actually need to push the dog over. I don't really like the look of how that was in the middle. So yeah, we could do it that way instead. However, we are out of time for this episode, guys. We will be finishing this off next episode. Definitely got some potential here. The redstone is all hooked up. We've got a little bit of redstone to do inside the shop. We've got a shop roof to put on, and then just the walls around the outside. So we should be able to get it done next episode. If you guys enjoyed it, then hit that like button. If you haven't already, please subscribe. We shall see you in the next episode. Bye!